Master Salvatore Cafiero, representative in Europe for Hong-style Tai Chi Chuan. What is Tai Chi Chuan?
The most important thing is to understand the difference between Tai Chi and Tai Chi Chuan. Tai Chi is a philosophical concept. Tai Chi Chuan is a martial art inspired from this philosophical concept. Chi actually means pillar. So Tai Chi means the supreme pillar. What is this pillar? It's like a column for the whole universe. It's the first energy of creation. When it moves, create everything, and everything is created generating two different powers that we call yin-yang. Yang is clear and positive, and yin is dark and negative. And the question would be too long to discuss now. So what we have is that Tai Chi Chuan actually refers to this physical concept. The pillar will be the spine and the central channel of the body, and all the movements will move following the theory of yin-yang. So we will always have a yin part and yang part moving at the same time.
When did you start practicing Tai Chi?
Actually, I started quite early. I was 15, so it's 31 years now. And it's almost 20 years now that I study Hong-style Tai Chi Chuan with Liu Chen. And as a matter of fact, unfortunately, he's only one disciple in Europe.
What are you going to share with us today and why?
What we are going to do today is to explain very clearly the first 13 steps of the long form. The long form is composed by 81 movements, and we will show the first 13 movements, and we will first of all show the first 13 movements like in a normal practice. Then we will separate each single movements, and we will explain how to perfectly do every single move, and then we will show some application. We thought that at the moment many schools are teaching the Hong style, and there is a big interest in people about this peculiar style of Tai Chi Chuan. So some schools are teaching in a way that is a little bit far from the way that my master teaches. So I was a little bit worried about simple people that has no knowledge about Hong style. So I decided to share the teachings that my master gave me with everyone, so at least the 13 movements, so people can have a way to compare what they are doing with what my master is teaching, and so they can see the differences, and maybe this will help them to understand better what they're doing. So, dear friends, what we are going to do now, we will do the 13 movements of the long form, and we will move like a normal class, so we'll just give the instructions. And together with me today, there are my disciples, Master Andrea Moruzzi and Daniele Leonati, that are third generation masters, and my student, that is Master Stefano Coldebella. And yeah, actually, we will move like a normal class, so it will be much easier for you then to do the movements in the right way. Okay? Thank you. Let's start. Relax. Put your weight on the right. Move your left. Keep in the center. Relax on the right. Turn on the left. Look straight ahead. Rise the arms slowly. When the hands are up, sink, relax, and collapse. Turn right, use the elbow to do that. Sink down. When the hands are out, you can move your foot. Little power on the left. Sink down. And turn. Sink down. Hands on the same line. Push forward with the left. pull back, and let's tap. And then sink down again. Up, jump, slowly, down and turn. Sink on the right, turn on the left. And then look on the right. Please turn your hand slowly. Now, slowly. Open up, strike with the left. Punch hard. Look at the corner. Let's go down. Move. Relax. Strike. Sink down. Shoulder strike. Sink down. G. Turn. Sink down. Turn on the left. Sink down in marble. Turn slowly, 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 slowly. And then strike with the left. Sink down. Right. The power is on the left leg. And turn to your right slowly. Use your finger. Slowly, one by one. From the little finger to the thumb. And then we go down. Turn. Sink on the right. Turn left. Keep the power on the right hand. Sink on the left. Look forward, please. And down. And then we have Lanjai again. Sink down. Intercept on the right. Down. And turn. Down again. And then we have the second Jinggang. And then up. Jump. Down. Slowly on the right. Left. Middle Shandong. Turn. Sink. Up. White crane spreaded swings. Cut with the right. Hold it. Slowly down. Don't forget to turn the wrist slowly. Open. Sink. Lu Shi elbow. And then relax. Turn on the left. Right. Sink down. Pick up. Kick. Look forward. Right hand. Left. Turn right. Sink down. Strike. Turn. In. Turn. Open, 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 open. Cross hands. Sit down. Open. And strike. Stretch. Close. Pay attention to your left foot. Down. Double spiral. Jump. Sink. In order to help you to better understand what we are doing, what we're going to do, we will ask Master Andrea Moruzzi to start the form just in front of the camera. So we'll do it just like this. And while it will be performing, I will give you the details. Okay, so the first thing is we have the hands here on they're falling naturally on your legs like this. And we just open with a small step the left foot on the left. Then the most important thing is we sink down here on the right, and naturally using the gravity we will turn left while the head is looking forward. And then again we will sink on the left and we will pick up the hands like this. What we just did is just, you know, it's just this movement. Important thing is the middle finger So the third eye level. The right hand is under the heart, and the middle finger of the right is pointing the He Gu Shuai, large intestine number 4. Lao Gong is pointing here. This point on the back is the well of the shoulder. Okay, and then we sit down and we open here. Okay, and then we go down slowly, 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 slowly. We pick up a little bit here, just pick it up a little bit here more. Okay, and then we go on the left. When this hand is here, okay, we are free to move the left foot. Okay, naturally the body, you know, will give you this little power here, and so you have the time to overturn, keeping the weight back. Then we will relax the whole body. The hands will go together down, and the left will move forward, 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 and we will cross here. As you could see, it was this part that was pulling, the left part of the hip was pulling right foot forward. Okay, so you're not actually moving, it's the hips that are pulling, pushing your feet on the right or the left. So we'll sit down again. These hands will turn slowly, 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 slowly. The hands are moving together, and the middle finger is pointing here, the neg 1 point. And then we will go down slowly, slowly, slowly again after jumping, and we will relax and sink. From every stance, you have to be able to jump. So the heels are on the floor, but they're not pushing on the floor. So you will be always on this part of the foot. In this way, the stance are light, can move freely in every direction. From here, we will relax on the right, and then we will turn both hands on the left. And this is both shoulder strike, and we have a chin na. We will use it, we will show it later. Then we open, and we keep on turning, you see, and overturning. And then from here, the hands will move like this, and we'll open, 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 open. Then we will reverse the circles. This hand is collapsing down, and this one is striking here before doing the double circle, the negative circle here. Okay, and that's it. From here we'll go down, and using the elbow, we're turning on the right. Look carefully at this hand, because this hand is closing, grabbing, pushing, everything at the same time. We do lanjai. Perfect. Then we will relax down. This hand is going down, this one is going slightly up, and then we will turn on the left, and we will have shoulder strike. Then we are going down here, here, and then we are pushing slowly. Look at the hands, it's not like turning and pushing, they are turning very, very slowly and pushing very slowly. Then we turn right, we will sit down a little bit, and then using the hips, we are going back, down, while these hands are pulling. If we keep on turning, actually the body will go down. We'll sit down in marble, and the two hands will pick up like this, like with eggs exactly, on the same line. And then slowly, 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 we will be up, and we will push and strike on with two hands. Then we will turn the hands. Okay, perfect. So the power will be on the right. And then we will overturn, and the power will be on the left leg. And then slowly you will see from the little finger, the ring, middle, the index, and the thumb. As you can see again, this finger is pointing the neg 1 shuai. Then we will sit down, we'll strike with the knee, we will go back, we turn, and the power will be here. It's pushing here, the thumb is pulling, the middle finger is pushing, and the power is on this hand, while Master Andrea is turning on the left, in this way. Then we will sit down here, we will actually strike, and the hand will move here. And going down, we will do lanjai again. And then we will sit down again, the hands are perfect. And then we'll come back here, and we will block with two hands, intercepting. And then we'll turn slowly, 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 and we will strike again. And the left foot is turning. Then we will relax, collapse, move forward, 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 and we'll be here again. So, please, turn this way. Then we will sit down, pick up, we will jump and down and relax. As you can see, the elbows are pushing down, and then we will relax the waist. We will go down, and then we turn on the left, turn on the right, and that's it. This hand is pulling, and this one is cutting down and pushing forward at the same time. The chest is in, the power is down, all the body is relaxed. Then we turn on the left, we cut with the right hand, the weight goes in the middle. Then we pick up this hand, turning, 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 and in this way, perfect. And then we turn slowly, 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 okay? And we go down. Then we open again. Okay, so when we do this movement, I will do it this way. From here, it's important, the two hands, this one is going up, this one is going down. Then we sit down, look at me, and then we open. The angle between the two arms is 135 degrees. And then we relax, and we let the power and the weight sink down to your feet. And then let it just go down naturally and relax the whole body. So, here we are in Lu Shi elbow. And so we will just collapse here on the right. And so we will move the hands on the left. We will use this elbow to turn slowly. And as you can see, the left hand is grabbing. Okay? And we'll sit down again. We will go up and we will strike with two hands. And the thumbs are moving out. And we'll sit down on this leg. We will kick. And then we will catch. And then the hand, look at the hand. Hand and foot are moving together at the same time. And then we will open. We will use the right hand to catch again. And then we will strike down simultaneously. Okay, so please, Andrea, now move this corner so we will be in the right direction of the form as we started. So we will first turn on the right, and we will use the arms to pick up a little bit. And then we will come in, then we'll strike on the side. Perfect. Then we will turn, cross, grab. Okay, so we were here, right? So what we are going to do here is we will move this part, we will pick up and sit down, strike. And we will move on the left. You see this hand is moving like this. And then we will grab. Pay attention to this foot, is, you know, it's sliding on the floor like this. And this one is moving like that. And then we are in this situation here, okay? So we move on. We'll sit down. The hands are moving together. And they are turning, you see again? Go slowly, 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 slowly forward. Okay, you have to pay attention, not to, you know, turn and go, but just, you know, must be progressive. Turning in a very slow motion. And then we will grab again on the left. We will move forward on the right. And we will catch again. So pay attention what we're doing. We are turning and we are going straight down here. And we'll cross hands here. What we're going to do, if you look at me, when we are here and we open, we just, you know, like opening the chest a little bit and closing slowly. This will help you a lot when you do the step. You will not lose balance, I guarantee you. And then we turn on the right, open, this hand is turning, closing down, and then strike. Okay, the elbow is striking back, this punch is striking forward, the hips are sinking down, and then we turn and stretch. Okay, we close, this is going back, this is cutting down. Now we will move the weight down. Okay, maybe the hips this way. Okay, do it again, please. So we are here from this situation. From this situation, We're going here. We close. This is going down. This is blocking, intercepting. This is striking. The hips is moving back a little bit. Here. And then we're here. Exactly. And then down. And jumping. And then turning. We are not actually jumping, as you can see. We are mimicking the jump. Because we are going in this direction. We were opening and then pushing down. When you do this, please just turn on the left a little bit. It's like, you know, showing your power. Then when we'll do the application, everything will be clear. So thank you everyone for watching. We are going straight to the applications. So dear friends, we are here to see just some of the application, not all the application. That would be absolutely impossible. First of all, we have to understand something. Most of the application that internal style masters, I mean, for internal style, we mean Tai Chi, Xing Yi, Bagua, Liu He, Ba Fa, that you know, they are shown using Qi power. Most of them is just a lie. Just a very big lie. It's not, I mean, the question is not that I do not believe in Qi. Of course I believe in Qi. But the application, they use just leverage. And what is sold for energy is like, you know, some mystical powers is not absolutely true. Most, I mean, all the movements are based on a very precise use of the human body through leverages. So we're going to see that. The first movement that we saw, you know, was we were just going here and here. And then we were going here and then down. Now we're doing Jinggang, right? We were here. So the first movement is just, you know, you are like in God for fighting. You're picking up your hands because you want to cross hands. But at the same time, if they grab you here, what you do, you just, you know, unbalance your opponent. When you unbalance him, he's losing power. You just hold very tight, straight there. Okay, when you unbalance him, it will be very easy, you know. And that's not Qi power, it's just physics. And at the same time, if you're striking me here, you know, I can cross here. When you're coming me in here, you know, all right? And what I'm doing, why this is happening? Because when you give power to the left arm, the right leg is losing power. So if you're pressing here, this leg has completely lost its power. So, you know, you're just going like this, you know, and they say it's Qi. It's not Qi, absolutely. But it would be the same if we, you know, we just stimulate this one and we kick here. The other leg would be very soft. Indeed. The second application that we're doing is Jinggang Do Jui. Our master, Chen that actually created the Shin our style, was able, you know, to resolve every conflict through the use of Jinggang. How we use Jinggang? First of all, when they grab us and they strike here, bang like this, we just here. Okay? Even if you grab and hook here, all right, hook, you're hooking me like this, okay? If we do like this, okay, and actually if we see slowly, in slow motion, that is what is happening. And that hand is losing power, and from here, you know, it's very easy, you know, to work on the fingers. When they grab you, the most important thing when you grab, you don't impose your power to the opponent. I mean, if it's going this way, okay, you don't have to force the power on the other side. That would not be Tai Chi Chuan. Okay, so it's pulling down, I'm transforming the power in this way. But if it's going this way, I will move this way. That would be much better. And if you change hands, where you're going, whatever you like. You're going here, I move here. You go on the other side, I will move on the other side. That will be Jinggang anyhow. Okay, guys? So we're here, right? We're doing this. We're going here. We're opening, and then we're closing the hands together. So we'll still be like today. Some of the application, we have actually, in the first 13 movements, we have 3 Jinggang. The first Jinggang is going on the left. Second Jinggang is going down. The third Jinggang is first going on the right, first going on the left, and then opening on the right. So we have 3 different applications. Okay, the first one, we're going that way. Okay, the second one is when our opponent, for example, is catching our hand. like this. So we just move a little bit back, and we go down. The third one is opening, like opening a strike, okay? But then we will move on. Anyhow, these movements, it's very useful when for people that, for Twist show enthusiasts, when they grab your elbows like this, okay? Sometimes they close you like this. So what you do, you just cross, you come here. When you do like this, and you know, you see? And you're going. Now we have one opening here that we use actually for striking. When they strike you here, you know, what you do, you just open, okay? And you're in, and then you can close, you see? All right? Now we have Lanjai. Actually, my master is using sometimes different names from the classical names. That's why we are not teaching with Chinese names, because, you know, would be a little bit embarrassing in giving different names from the classical form. Anyhow, Lanjai means lazily tying the cord. What does it mean exactly? If Master Andrea is grabbing me here, for example, and I do this, there is no way for me to go out from his grab. So what I'm doing is just lazily pulling. And that's what we do. We're lazily pulling. And so when we do Lanjai, okay, we are remembering this movement when we grab, we strike, or we cross hands, and we go in. Or maybe it's hooking here, and just we go in, this way. That would be a very good solution, okay? But most of the movements that you see in application from many Taiji master, they're Lanjai, but we are, you know, as we saw before, when they grab here, you cannot do anything, you just, you know. Okay, so what you do is just, you're grabbing, pulling, striking. Now we have one problem, one big problem, because when I started to practice Taiji, when people were striking me, I was not able to catch them, because we, you know, just, you know. And that was a little bit embarrassing for me, because I was trying to, you know, catch like this, and I was not able to do that. If you guys are trying to catch with this hand, that would be impossible. Use first of all, use this hand. Intercept the arm here, and then will be easier to catch. When you do Lanjai, you're turning, stretching, and pushing. And then, you know, every joint. Okay, so when we manipulate the joints and we bring the joints to the extreme movement, even if now Master Stefano is trying to oppose power against me, his power is, you know, just giving power to myself. And so, you know, you're not going to come out. If, you know, the arms are very strong, and some people say you cannot use any leverage because if the if you just, you know, give a little jerk and you just, you know, that's what you're gonna get. Okay? Now we are in Lanjai. We're doing this. I will show no application for this. I will go straight to this movement, and we'll go here. Okay? Because there are a lot of things to say. When we cross hands again, you know, sometime, you know, you push up, and then, you know, you're sinking down at the same time, like, you know, like a bodybuilder. You're picking up the weights, you're going down at the same time. And so, you know, you're here, you just, you see, and that will be much easier for you, you know. Huh? Okay? When we strike, usually in Taiji, we use An. Every style, Chen style, Yang style. An usually is a very aggressive movement. So the best thing we can do, just to show you, and just one movement, because I could show you maybe hundreds of them, only one application, is when they, you know, they push you here on the chest. Yeah, that's it. Okay? And they come with a little power. Come. Yeah, right, this. Okay, what you do, you just sink the chi down, stay in your dantian, and render the power back. So he's coming here, and you just, you know, like this. But An, if you want to use this slowly, it's very interesting, and this is physics, it's just physics. When they're pushing you here, the power is going down to the earth and coming back. So we just pushing, we just use this power, you see, in a very soft way, in a very gentle way. You can try this at home, it's very safe. They're pushing here, you just, you know, move gently on the right, on the left arm, and you will see immediately the results. Okay, and then we have Dampian, like this. Dampian is a movement very similar to An. When you're coming in, like this, Yeah, right. And you come in with some power, like this, you know, you just give back the power this way. There are thousands of applications. You know, there is people that is teaching like this, and then you go here, okay, this, and you go here. You can use. We are just giving some of the application here. Not, of course, we cannot give any. No, we cannot give them all. I mean, then you know, we're doing Lanjai again. Okay, we're crossing hands again. We are here. Okay, and then okay, this movement I think it's important. Sometimes when they grab this and you are in this situation and you don't know how to move, you just sit down and change the corner this way. Okay, or sometimes they catch you like this, you're here, you just, you know, this way. And what you do is just relax. Okay, and we are going straight to the second Jinglang. The second Jinglang before, I mean, I'm talking about 1960, 1970. Usually, they practice it like this. Okay, or like this. Why? We have this, and sometimes our opponent has a very strong arm. And so the power is going down. Just so what we do, when we are here, we jump. When we jump, we strike with the knee. Pay attention, okay? Up, you see? And then we are going down with the weight. If power is here, as I told you before, you want to strike me or you want to block me, you know, I'm going down this way. And I'm picking up, okay. Picking up again. So we were here, we went down, and we're going by Heliancer. By Heliancer is one of the most important movements for fighting. What we have to understand is that fists are very effective from a big distance. And fingers are very effective on a short distance. You have to be very powerful to do this, and you have to be very powerful to this. Of course, it's much convenient, you know, to punch like that and to strike with finger like that. So when what we're doing, we are crossing, cutting, and striking inside. You will be amazed from the results. Okay. We are going Lu Shi elbow. I will give you just one application of the movement. That's actually quite interesting. I will ask Stefano to help me with that. Okay. Sometimes you're in this situation and the opponent is pushing you. And actually, you know, it's quite uncomfortable. What you do, you just, you know, open this way, you sink down this way. That's what you got. Okay, please pay attention to the elbow. If you're moving with a high elbow, nothing is about to happen. But if you sink down the elbow and wait, and that's it. Okay? Perfect. Closing up. Oh my goodness. All right. We are in this situation, okay? We want to give back the power. So we do, you know, it's basically, it's a Shaolin move that we call Tonzi by 4. We have the same movement in Shaolin, but it's a little bit different in the use. So what you're doing, you're closing the power here, and you're giving it back, like that. Don't put the chi up, sink it down, and the more you sink down, the more power will come out. Okay, then we have this movement. Once, Master Liu Chen, my master, told me that his master, Master Hong Jinshan, actually had a real fight challenge against the Shin, very famous Shin master. And he actually used this move, just this move, to intercept his Beng Chui fist. So the Beng Chui was coming this way, he was just doing this, you know, just this way. And his power was so much, I mean, the other guy punched with so much power that just doing like that, okay, if you strike here, you see? It was turning on itself completely. Okay, so the first movement we do here, we use it to slowly to intercept. And the other hand is free, and then you can open. Okay, so that's what we're doing. What we're doing here, we are intercepting. Okay, and then we're striking. Or if they grab us, okay, we will be striking this way. You see? Okay, the more you grab, the more it's easier to do that. I would like to show you something. Stefano, get me a stick, please. Un bastone, per favore. Do it. Okay, if we talk about anatomy, something interesting happened, you know. When they grab please. Okay, here. That's actually what we do to the wrist. Look at me. Okay. When you are in this situation, okay, the little finger and the ring finger, they get stuck. You can't move, you see? And if you quickly move out, it's very easy to break the fingers. Okay, so that's actually what we do. Okay, that's quite important. All right, so when you grab here, you know, you go here, you see, it gets stuck, you know, and you got that extra second, thank you, to do your work. Now, blocking and kicking. The first basic block, for example, when they kick on the right, you know, we do a lot of Muay Thai here in this school, so yeah, we feel very comfortable with this kind of technique. Of course, in Muay Thai, you have to show to the judge that your shins are stronger than the opponents. But in real fight, it's a very tiring technique. So the best thing would block the foot. So just, you know, intercept like that. When you intercept like that, boom, it's very easy then to move on. Okay? How about this movement? Okay. Oh, all right. We will change corner. This is a very important and interesting situation. They strike, you grab, change corner. You see? You change corner. Okay. So if we give a little power here, you know, you grab. Okay. And then we're going down. Because if I make a mistake, for example, and he's moving out from here, I have to be able to cut down here, okay, and to turn. And that's what we're doing, okay. So we're striking here, okay, here, and we're controlling with the elbow. Or if you're striking this way, I will move on this side. I will change corner completely. And this is for the only circle step that we have in the first 30 movements. So it's very important to start. You're coming here, I'm moving on the side. You're moving on the side, I'm going this way. Other thing, this is very important, always about anatomy of the body. My goodness. If you turn, if you have the thumb free, you still have some power, move. But if I put you in this situation, where the thumb is blocked against my arm, you have no power in the wrist, at all. So, you know, when I'm doing this and I'm moving here, what I'm actually doing is blocking the thumb here. And what you have is this movement, and this movement, okay, pay attention to. Anyhow, you can block here, and go on, and strike forward. Okay? Opening, closing, opening, punching. We skip some movements, huh? Okay. When we punch, okay, this would be very easy. First of all, we have to understand the concept of bow and arrow. Usually, in most of the traditional Kung Fu styles, we always have a bow and an arrow. So we have upper bow, middle bow, lower bow. And, you know, now in boxing they're doing like this, but once it was not like that at all. It was always like this, because you have to keep the elbow and the punch always on the same line, because the power is coming from your spine. So if your elbow is like this, you have less power to use, but if your elbow is like this, you see? Okay, so very important is to use your power. That is, I'm borrowing the power here, and I'm giving it back here. So it's simultaneous, you see? Boom! It's not the question that I'm pulling, and striking. No. First of all, I'm using this arm, okay, to go here, And you see, same speed. What is the difference between Tai Chi and other styles? Is that I'm not using more power than I need. And I'm trying to move at your speed. I mean, if you're moving slowly, I will move slowly. But I mean, if we are fighting in a normal way, I will not try to do like that. I will try to have your power. Oh, you see? The same speed that you have, same energy, and the result is completely different. And you know, also when we do, we go for an application of the crossing hands and opening, okay? When you strike with your here, and then you come here, you see? It's this hand, we are following, you see? We're following back here, and this is striking here. Okay, we're controlling, okay? And we're here, so we say, punch, okay? And then we have this movement. Of course, this one is here, and you're coming back this way. And then we have another Jingan, okay? At the same time, what is interesting here is that if you see the form, I'm doing this movement, and then, you know, I'm stretching up. What am I doing exactly? The power is coming this way, and I'm striking here, right? So it's 1, 2. Okay, you actually drill in a hole. It's like drilling a hole. About the last Jingan, when we are here, we are pushing, you see? We're striking with the shoulder. And then what we're doing, we are changing corner. Why? Because you're moving, exactly. And so I'm using this arm, you see? And I'm using this knee like that. Okay? And Jingan after, you know, once you have this here, it's very easy. You can just, you know, sometimes pull down like that. Okay? Or you just change hands. Okay? You can change hands. You can change hands like this. Okay? Okay, so now we just showed some of the application of the 13 movements. We didn't show any application of the legs, no steps. Very, very simple things. The most important thing that we have to remember is that Hung style is the style of Chan. So what is Chan? Get the stick again, please. If there is yang, there is yin. The two things cannot be separated at all. So once you're grabbing here, okay, and you're giving this power that side, okay, there will be some power on the other side. So what I'm doing, I'm using the power that goes on the other side. It's like when you're pushing here, right? You're pushing here, I'm using the yin side, right? Okay, so I'm going on the yang to use the power that is coming back to you. Because following the power is not just hold this for me. It's not just that you're punching me, I follow, you're punching me, I follow, you're punching me, I follow. That's not, it's not just that. It's that when you're punching here, there is a power that is coming back to you. And I'm using this power to get in. And sometimes I use the empty time between one movement and another. For example, he's punching me here, he's punching me here, and then he's punching me again. So I'm using that time here in the middle. Now, boom, you see? That is using the yin. But now, we were here with the stick. We were here. So you have some power that is going this way. So what I'm doing, go. I'm using it against you. You see? And that's the basic of Jingan. When you're good in doing Jingan, you turn the other side, you see? I'm giving back the power, you see? I'm giving back the power, you see? And it's physics, nothing to do with some mystical Jedi force. What we can say, what can we say at the end of this little study? Be patient with practice, move slowly, and please just not turn the hand and move. Turn the hands and move. Turn them in a very, very slow and progressive way. Coming back, okay, and you're coming back. For the American friends, I got two very, very skilled Kung Fu brothers in America. One is Master Stan Tabor. The other is Grandmaster George Creighton Jr. So you're lucky enough to have two great teachers. As I told you, in Europe, unfortunately, I'm the only direct disciple of Master Lu Chen. Also, there are some students of him that are doing quite a good job. But the best thing, I think, would be just go to China, go to Jinan, go to the Lamao mountain, Lamao Shan, and just meet my master, and, you know, go to the source and get the original Hong style. So I want just to thank everyone, and please do not hesitate to contact me for any information. And I owe you an apology for my terrible English and for my terrible Tai Chi Chuan.